Oh boy. You know what I think? I think, well, for one, I think I was just sitting here thinking about that girl that I gave she got my red shirt from out here. I had a red shirt out in front of my house, you know, and right out there by the road that you could see. Okay, so anyway, I'm in here and I'm thinking, I look out there and I glance out, or I glanced over here in this here camera or this TV monitor behind me, and I seen my red shirt out there and I thought, wow, you really can see that red shirt laying on the ground. And actually, it was this woman that was holding the red shirt up, like this in front of her. And she was looking at like, Jesus Christ, it's a brand new shirt. And the next thing I knew, she's putting my shirt on, and I go, Jesus Christ, I better get out there. And I went out the door and I slipped out this way, and I said, hey, that's my shirt. And she had a blanket and it's laying on the grass, and she has goddamn nothing. And I end up giving her the shirt. I actually gave her a pack of zigzag papers and 2 buds. And you know what? Another thing, it so reminds me, I use everything, and the things that I do, sometimes it comes back to remind me of things that's happened before. Isn't that interesting? And because of that, now you take the zigzag man. My brother Jerry liked the zigzag man because what? It has a Z in it, zigzag, and Jerry's zigzag, he tricks people like this. He don't come straight to you. He uses other people. So I would suggest that anybody that comes for Jerry Wright like that, like you have something over him, you might as well just step back, because I know it's Jerry Wright anyway. That's like I told Kevin over here, you're here, but who sent you? I told Kevin that. I told my nephew, I said, you're here, but Kevin, who sent you? I want that person. I don't want you. And I also told Kevin, I said, I told him lots of things, and I'm not going to sit here and goddamn brag myself up, but I'm just telling you, if somebody goddamn fucking attacks me, I'm making goddamn sure you make a fucking goddamn first move, because it's your goddamn fault what happens to you. And like I said, people's done this to me before, attacked me, and because they attacked me and I fight like I'm gonna fight like my life's on it, because it's like death, my life's on the line, because they've attacked me and they would like to kill me. So anytime that somebody attacks me, I figure you might want to kill me. So if you want to fucking attack me, I'm gonna kill you, because that's what you intended to do to me. And like I say, when people fucking threaten me with guns and stuff like that, I don't fucking go for it, and I don't goddamn like it. Now you look at this guy right here, Stan Hoyt, good friend of mine, Boy Scout. You know what? I seen this guy fighting Jeff Shortridge coming down the road to my house on Division Street. Right down the road, just goddamn him and Jeff Shortridge is just goddamn fighting. And Stan's got a knife, and Jeff's fighting Stan, and I goddamn mean Jeff Shortridge is fighting fucking like he's goddamn chasing Stan to my house. And Stan Hoyt is not a goddamn pussy to begin with. And Terry Shortridge was goddamn one, Jeff's brother, and and Terry Shortridge got murdered in my house too, by the way. When they got to my house, Marietta came out there and told Jeff Shortridge to get out of there, and Jeff's still alive today, and I'm sure he'd remember the story. And Jeff's standing there saying, he pulled a knife on me. They fought from right there across from the bowling alley. I know where they goddamn fucking fought from. Right there in that goddamn, the rabbit hole they call today, up there in Morton, Washington. The little thrift shop. Well, the rabbit hole's there, and the 4-lane bowling alley's right across the street. And fuck, the fight started up right there from that bowling alley right there, that brown thing. Down there is what happened. They come fighting down the road to my house. My mother's down there. My mother goes up there to that fucking, the rabbit hole. And so does these kids and stuff too, because they're levitating to her, because Marietta, she always wants to do something for the children. You know, that weird goddamn thing. Jerry does too. Oh, for the children. You know, don't hide behind your goddamn children, and don't fucking hide behind children, because that's exactly what Hezbollah does in the Middle East. That's exactly what the Red Republicans do here. And you goddamn look at me. You goddamn look at that fucking picture. They put that nationally across the United States of America. If you don't believe that isn't my goddamn picture that they've put across the United States of America, you're goddamn lying to yourself. That is my goddamn face they put on that. And I tell you what, my fucking employee, Herb Kreitzer, that ran that Chehalis Bowling Center, had the goddamn camera out to fucking take the picture of me at the bowling alley. Matter of fact, they had business cards made up and they passed them around with just my fucking face on it. I goddamn never did that. But I'll tell you what, when I had the bowling center over there, they fucking had coupons in it for Wright's Fairlanes Bowl. It was goddamn established, and they were running that thing on my name. And I didn't know that this was what it was about. And these goddamn cops came down on me. They fucking even put a fucking restraining order against me, so I couldn't go to my bowling alley. So I couldn't go to my business, so I couldn't conduct stuff. 1 week after Herb Kreitzer sat there after a meeting in August when the bowling alley was packed, you know, he said in front of people, a woman from Mossy Rock that has Tony and his brother, they're twins out there, and she's with the Bowling Association for the junior leagues, and she's always been there, and she knew exactly who the fuck I was, and I knew exactly who she was when she was sitting there at the table, and she asked me about good ideas, and I said, well, I said, to be honest with you, this guy over here's got some excellent ideas. Why don't you turn to Herb and ask him about it? And the reason I said this is because Herb has these nice ideas about medallions and stuff that says what score you did and on your chest stuff. So people say, well, Jesus Christ, that guy fucking bowled 300 game. Isn't that goddamn nice? I like that. I fucking like that. But other than that, you can go get a trophy and it'll end up in a box. Or you can come to the bowling alley and it has a little plate. I like that. So anyway, I said, well, why don't you ask? And he was I worked for him. I wasn't going to sit and tell them the idea that I thought was good, and it was his. So I said, well, why don't you ask him? And he says, well, he'll be out of work in a week. And I looked right at him. How ungoddamn professional. And I looked past him, I said, and I've done this to a lot of people, you see that door? And he looked back and he looked at that door. And I said, why don't you just walk out with me and we'll get a whole new goddamn understanding. We'll come back in and we'll do business. I had a lot of ideas right then. I thought, God damn, this is a perfect time to fucking recapture bowling. This love-hate relationship between me and Herb Kreitzer. Oh, these two mega forces. Oh, and bowling. Oh, I thought, oh, this is it. This is it. I'm going to have to take a dive. I'm going to have to bill him as the Murky Lurker. The Dynamite Kid. Jesus Christ. Let me tell you about Herb. You know, Herb, actually, I've had people come in and complain about me. All sorts of things about Herb. Terrible things. And most of them are true. Most of them are true. Well, let me tell you about the night that somebody... Okay, I had a bowler, and his name's Roy Dairyman, and he works out at on Alaska. They have a tire shop out there, him and his family, I believe. And he works out there, and Roy Dairyman, I don't know if he's been touched by God or not, but I treat him well, you know. So, anyway, I'm there at the bowling alley, and boy, Roy first comes up, something that maybe is about a nick out of his ball or something, or he's just goddamn freaking out. And I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with him. I goddamn don't know nothing. And all of a sudden, he's right there where the till, and you could walk around. He goes, "He killed my dog." I said, "He killed your dog? Who killed your dog?" He says, "Herb killed my dog. He shot my dog." You know, and I mean, he goes off, and he goes, he called me, "Hey, boy." And this started it off, too. And I said, "Hey, Roy, my name ain't Boy." And I found out that Herb had shot his dog. I guess his dog got in Herb's rabbit pen, in his duck pen and stuff, and his geese and whatever. They got geese pen. Wherever Herb's hideout is at the lake. He won't even tell people where he lives. Herb Kreitzer will not tell people where he lives. He has a house that's down there, and me and Kathy lived near it. He wanted to rent it to me after I lived on that street. I'd have memories of my ex-wife. Nope. And also, I wouldn't want to live in Herb's house, because if he won't live in his house, why would I want somebody to target me? I have a bullet hole in the window of the bowling alley, too, by the way. Lots of things happening. Lots of things happening. So anyway, I found out that this has happened. And you know, the next morning when Herb comes in, and I catch Herb in a lot of shit, I said, "You know, the next time you shoot someone's goddamn dog, you fucking tell me. You pick up the goddamn phone and you tell me, because that guy could have came through that door and fucking killed me because you shot his dog." I go, "Goddamn, Roy Derryman was pissed off last night." He goes, You mean he brought that down there?" I go, "Yeah, he goddamn did, and he's pissed off at you." Boy, I'll tell you, that's just one of the things. That's just one of the things. Them embezzling all the night shift money and stuff, and whatever they do. I know Herb was doing a arms catch. He's got arms and stuff. He had guns coming in the bowling alley, and I felt the goddamn this box him. I signed for it. Oh, Herb's what, sporting's good. Oh yeah, Herb's sporting good. Guns and rifles. Guns and rifles, Herb's sporting good. I said, "I didn't know we had a sporting goods shop here." And he goes, "I have a pro shop." You know, he tells me he drills bowling balls, and I said, "Well, you don't have guns coming here no more, because I won't be signing for them. That's something you shouldn't do. You shouldn't have me signing for guns coming to you. So I won't do that again." And I fucking made it known. And another thing about Herb was, he was so bent on the Unabomber. I would come there and he's goddamn, "Oh, the Unabomber. Oh, God, I just love this guy. I'll just send him a bomb and boom, blow him up," you know, like this. Well, that didn't resonate to me as a very nice thing either, goddammit. Don't do it. Don't do it. I won't like it. You know, I don't like killing people. And my brother Jerry made this guy drink piss. And I'll tell you another thing. When somebody recently offered me some chainsaw, a dull one or something like that, they said they'd throw it in the garbage after. I said I'd use them as a weapon, just whack, whack, whack. See, this guy, he was running a chainsaw at work, and I guess the chainsaw came up and just whacked him right across the face and left a line across his face. He may have been like that. No, he wasn't like that when I seen him at the bar in Morton, Washington, when I seen him. And I bought us a pitcher of beer, and I walked around the table and I sat with him because he's my friend. You know? But then again, at the same time, I have to know that he could get pissed real easy. So this guy here is my friend, though. And he ended up getting murdered. And my brother Jim and Patty was there too. I'd like them to explain. And that's one of the things that bothers me, and I talked to Bruce Kimsey about this man's murder, this man's death. You see, everybody, this is a Boy Scout, by the way. My brother mate got him to drink piss underneath the Tilton Bridge. And you know what? What would he do to me if he'll make my friends drink piss and then murder them on the bed? Oh, and by the way, he don't like old people. Old people need to die. He told me that. He was here during the Merwin's case, and by the way, I brought it up to Bruce Kimsey, and they put an innocent man in prison, Rick Rife. Rick Rife may be a lot of things, but he didn't murder the Merwins. He never buckled, because why? There was nothing there. But Jerry Wright, on the other hand, Jerry Wright has motive. I've seen him do things over and over and over and over. And Patty and James Wright, and they always had a stranglehold over me and my sister Bonnie. And apparently over Debbie too. So Jerry and Jim and Patty was working together, and I believe Jim was forced to comply or people would die. And people did die because they ended up leaning on him. Like Tim Stockdale from Morton, Washington. Jim came in the Chehalis Bowling Center and said to me, Tim Stockdale's dead, and if you fuck a Lewis County Sheriff's wife, you're dead too, John. Now, I went out and investigated it. I went to the actual place. I talked to the neighbors on that street. Why? Well, I had an interest in it. Tim was my friend. I couldn't figure out why it was happening and what was going on. But I do tell you the truth. My name's John Wright, and if it wasn't so, there wouldn't be a saw in that bowling alley. Donald Trump would not be in this here trouble. And the yin and the yang is right here before your eyes. I don't know. I'm just a person. I am just a person. I'm just trying to do the right thing. Look what they've done to me. And look what the evidence is. The evidence is there too. You just goddamn can't deny it. My name's John Wright. And all these here people, they don't want to face the truth. They would like to be forgiven. How about that? How about, look, I'm wearing a pink shirt for you. I mean, here it's got a red thing. And I don't think that they should be selling toys and shit like this in Walmart to create post-traumatic stress disorder. Do you want some little child going up there and going, stick to you? And little Donald Trump, if you're saying cut the baby in half, don't do it, because my saw right there will cut you in half, Mr. Trump, because I probably got a lot more people that love me because my dad was D.B. Cooper, and my dad is the hero in Americans' eyes. My dad is the hero in Americans' eyes. But Donald Trump would like to steal it by having a collection of 727s, and I also got ripped off for a multi-million, if not billion-dollar gold mine. So if somebody would say, well, John, you know, he could be bought because he has no assets. Well, I've been robbed, and my assets are the truth, and I could whip you and scar you with the fucking truth right here. I stand here. He challenged me. Here, let's see. You come here, and the one who loses the argument the between us gets to beat the other one. Do you want it? Because I freely get to beat you for fucking, what, 10 minutes. Perfect. Maybe I'll just hit you 50 times or just once and just talk to you and say, now do you understand how it feels? Would you like the other 50 or the other 49? And that will be 13. It's like 50 for the 50-cent president that they fucking killed, and they hid behind me to cover it up. Oh, is that fucking right? Is that goddamn nice? Well, that's the way I goddamn see it. They fucking played me as a retard. They played me as a goddamn retard. I live with the humiliation every goddamn day. How do you feel today when I finally come and say, I found out what you guys are goddamn doing? Isn't this goddamn fun now? Isn't this goddamn fun now? Now, Donald Trump, do you feel like jumping on top of the tower and dropping off? Or do you want to seek counseling and help and say, you know what, I've got a problem. Look what's really happened here. Look what's happened to me. Donald Trump, you fell through the cracks like everyone else. And thank you for your time. You know, we have to heal. We have to deal. And if people's going to hide in the goddamn closet, not face the fucking truth, what you going to do when somebody's here? Like the guy that, Nineveh. Jesus, right there. He didn't want to go and do this. You think I wanted to come forward? You think all the humiliation? No. He didn't want to go and do what God wanted him to do. He wanted to go the opposite way. And when those people found out they were in a terrible storm, which you guys are, they wanted to throw him off ship. You know what? They threw him off ship. He ended up in the belly of a whale. He got thrown onto the shore of Nineveh. God made him do the very goddamn thing. Ding dong. Ding dong. Hey, there's a lot of people that's been around me that fucking can't put their finger on it because Jesus Christ, it flooded in Lewis County. Don't piss me off. I mean, people piss me off and it's bad news, Charlie, for them. And Donald Trump, if the yin and the yang and you are the Antichrist and I'm just somebody special like everyone else, I feel special. Thank you for your time, you guys. Hey, I'm just here. I'm a normal person like you. It could have happened to you, but it's my goddamn cup. God gave it to me. He didn't give it to Donald Trump, but he gave it to me to defeat Donald Trump, if that's the case. Thank you for your time. My name's John Wright, and you know what? I won't blow smoke up your ass. It's too fun to tell the truth. The truth will set you free, and Donald Trump can't tell the truth. And look, he's going to be locked up. Oh my gosh, terrible day. Terrible day for Trump. I go straight up, Donald Trump goes straight down like he just jumped off the thing, and Walmart should remove these guns because it just causes problems in the United States. Children haven't had training yet. Why give them a gun?